Alrighty, we are now live. I also have forgotten to pretty much do anything and everything at this point. I don't remember how to stream. It's been so long. Oh, and speaking of which, I already forgot to change my game title. I'm a professional, or maybe not, because I've been not doing enough content for me to be considered a professional. My shots. There you go, bucking my shots. We're gonna play Buckshot Roulette today. It's been quite a while since I've even played it, and we're just gonna see how it goes. I am hopeful that we can get at least one, the last achievement, which is I think it's to lose with 1 million. I have gotten the achievement where you win with 1 mil, because I thought that was more difficult. Where at least with the 1 mil without it, it'll be at least easier. But that's like my last achievement. And honestly, I think after we get that, I will be done with this stream, question mark. Mostly because I don't know really what else to be really doing. So let me just start up the game. It will be bucking our shots. I will be saying that this entire stream. Just bucking my shots. Okay, I will also say one thing is that I don't know what is wrong with the game. But for some reason, if you leave it on default settings, it just sometimes will lag. Also, I'm not too sure how loud this is. Can I change? We'll do this. That should be enough. Because for some reason, if you play normally without changing any of the properties or the settings and whatnot, it will be a little bit... It will lag out a little bit, I would say. Yeah, I also just realized I forgot to change the game. Come on, Buckshot Roulette. Hey, there you go. Okay, so it might look a little bit wonky when you... Because it looks smooth now, but once we get into the actual game, it'll definitely start freaking out a little. Okay, it's been a while since I've actually played, but I'm fairly certain I remember most of what's happening. Yeah, as you can see, this guy just pops out when he's not supposed to. And the paper is black in color. Because my PC's old, that will be my forever excuse. And... what's a nice name? How about... can I even put this in? Doofus. Yay, Doofus. That's my name. Alright, let's buck some shots. I understand why it's called buckshot, since it's the thing you use to kill bucks, which is deer. I don't know why a slug shot is called a slug shot. I would think that, well, I guess nothing beats I'm sure they probably couldn't come up with a better name. But I just think that, you know, why not just call it like bear shot or something? Unless there is such a thing as a bear shot, and I'm just stupid. And I want to apologize for basically almost having no uploads for the last 2 weeks-ish. Okay, you know what? This'll be funny. I'm going to actually use his... I don't know what the optimal strategy is, but I don't think it really matters. I have not been uploading... I guess it doesn't matter. I know I haven't been uploading enough videos for basically 2 weeks. I had a project where I wanted to make some sort of music video. Even with my awful singing added into it, by the way. But, I think that that project was a little bit too much for me to handle. So in the end, I just kind of scrapped it. I technically still have all of the files. I still have all of the sound effects and the music, air quotes. But I don't think it'll turn out well enough. And honestly, I don't wish to provide something that is like really bad quality. So I want to, like, my idea is I'm going to start streaming more and then, you know, make edits of the clips. I think that'll be more fun than, you know, trying to do something really big and just immediately failing at it because I can't really do anything right. Okay, we're just gonna finish this now. I never had that many experience with Buckshot Roulette. I think I just saw one person streaming and I just thought, oh hey, this is like a very cool game, and I played it once and then I never played it again. But until now. Which means that this video will, well, I keep saying video, this isn't a video, I'm actually live and I'm on stream. And I frankly have no idea what it is I can talk about regarding this game. Mostly because I think everybody has already played this game way too much. I'm sure there are many theories about the game as well, but I'm too stupid to even figure it out myself. I like to think that I'm high and above most people, but I've learned that that's not really the case whatsoever, and I feel like I would actually be stupid enough to play a game like this in real life. Where I would end up, you know, shooting myself a lot more than I should. We'll also forget lots of the times when the buckshot, like how many shells are in the shotgun. I guess I could talk about... Oh yeah, I will say I am so glad I started writing more things in my book. I think from the time that I was away, I have like at least 6 pages worth of stuff that I can talk about. But does it feel like cheating? I've been thinking about that one for quite a while. And I think that it's just the nature of how games were. Also, I've already forgotten how many shells are in the round already. He didn't shoot himself once. Whatever. I'm just gonna shoot him. It doesn't matter. But like, I've been thinking about how in video games, it feels like you're kind of discouraged from writing things down on a piece of paper. If that somehow makes any sense. Mostly because, like, I think there are ways the game will just remind you, hey, you need to do this. And I feel that writing down things on a piece of paper feels like cheating. Even though I think there are some games, like, say, like, Blueprints is a good example. That it encourages you to actually write things down so that you can remember how certain puzzles are made in the future. Which I don't know if I actually really want to play that game myself, even though it has a very cool art style and has a nice homey vibe to it. But like, I also feel that other games that when they say, oh, you need to remember this passcode that will be in 3 rooms down, and then you have to remember this passcode, but it feels like cheating if I decided to write down on a piece of paper. Because I've been also thinking about when I see people play Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, I think is the name. And I just think that, is it cheating to write things down? I mean, you have a piece of paper with you. It's not really cheating. Or at least I don't think so. Sometimes it kind of feels like it is. Well, my stance is, it doesn't really matter. Just play the game however you want. And I don't think writing things down is cheating. Although you... that would be... Well, would it be cheating? Because, like, if I think of games like, say, Among Us, and then, like, I saw something, and then I wrote down, oh, hey, I saw purple in blank. Is that still cheating? I wouldn't think so. I mean, it'd be kind of meta-gamey and annoying-ish. But I wouldn't think it's cheating, necessarily. Okay. Best case scenario, he just dies now. And the worst case scenario is we keep on to the next round. Just okay, that's fine by me. I saw a pack of doggos, I think like 3-ish weeks ago, and it was really cute. There was like a dude in a gray shirt, some cargo pants, and I think in like sandals, and he had like 4 dogs with him. Also, we're gonna keep playing until we get the 1 mil. He had 4 dogs with him. They were all really big and they kept barking all the time. And I think another person from like the other side of the street was also carrying or like walking his dogs. And I think there were about 5 dogs, which is a lot of dogs now that I think about it. I've never had that great of an experience with dogs. Also, I don't remember how many shells there were. Was it 5? It was 5. It was 5. Okay, so there were like a bunch of dogs. I never had that great of experience with pets or animals in general. I think the most embarrassing story I can tell, which was about, I would say, 7 odd years ago. I was walking back home from some office building. I'm not too sure. And when I took the elevator down to the ground level, there was a cat standing, or rather sitting, at the doorway. There was only one exit to leave, and being afraid of cats... Now, to be fair, I don't even know if I'm necessarily allergic to cats. I just know that I don't want to go near cats because I've had bad experiences with pets in the past. But this cat was just sitting down with his black fur. It was black in color, and it had these like mesmerizing golden eyes. Or was it yellow? I'm gonna just say golden for the sake of the story. Also, I don't remember how many there was inside again. Was it 5? Oh no, was it 5 or was it 4? I don't remember. Who dares wins. There was a cat sitting down at the doorway, and there was no way to get out. It was just a one-way exit, and there was nobody around. So, being the scared little dude that I was, I just kind of sat there and just looked at the cat. And I just looked at him. And he was also looking back at me. But he wasn't moving. And then in my head, I was like, oh, I need to, like, leave. I need to get out of here. I need to start going back home. I got things to do. But then when... I couldn't move because I was paralyzed by the cat for some reason. So I just told myself, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and maybe the cat will go away. And maybe everything will be just fine. Okay, also, I don't remember how many shells there were. It's okay. I think this one should be a blank. Hey, I was right. So I was standing there looking at this cat while he looks back right at me. And I just said, I'm just gonna wait there. So I just leaned on the side of the wall, and then I waited. I waited, and I waited. And eventually I got really scared because it was getting close to the night. And then I just looked at I just kept looking at the cat and just playing with my phone and just saying, you know what, maybe it'll go away. And then 5 minutes went by. And then 10. And then 15. And then 20. And then now I realize, oh shit, I need to get back home quick or else I'm gonna get grounded or something like that. Until eventually I saw someone exiting the elevator again, like right after me. And then I saw them, and then they approached the cat with all cutesy behavior, like, oh, here goes the cute little cat. And I was like, well, for one, I knew how awful I really was because I can't handle a single cat. And I think they also looked and smirked at me and said, wow, this dude can't handle a cat whatsoever. But as soon as like the 2 other people approached the cat moved out of the way, and then I slowly exited the building and didn't look back. And all I could think about is, oh, finally the cat's gone. I don't have to think about this anymore. But the truth is that story has been stuck with me for a while, and I believe, I could be wrong on this, my instance of why I'm afraid of pets was because I had a neighbor who constantly had a dog that barked at anybody that walked by. The problem was that along the way to the bus stop was this person's like porch. So the dog was always there barking at me. And it was for like a 4-year-old kid to walk by this dog and it just constantly just barks at you. It was like a big dog. I don't even know what breed it was. It was just big and it had like white fur. It was big and it has white fur. That's all I know. It just kept barking and barking and barking, and I couldn't stand it any longer. Although eventually the dog, okay, I don't want to say disappeared, but like I didn't see the dog anymore from like that day onwards. And it could be that the neighbor moved out or that the dog probably went somewhere else, but eventually the neighbor did like leave the area, and I didn't see neither the owner nor the dog afterwards. So I'm fairly certain they just left. Which I'm glad, because I also do not want to partake in those dogs. I never had good experiences with dogs, and I probably never will. It also doesn't help the fact that there are many cat cafes around, and I wouldn't say deathly afraid, but I am afraid of approaching the dog houses. And also, we're just gonna win. So we're just gonna finish this off now and get on to the next round. But yeah, that's my experiences with dogs and pretty much pets of any kind. I never had a pet growing up, and I'm honestly glad that I probably didn't, because I know for a fact I am not a responsible individual for taking care of dogs. Or at least most pets, anyway. Obviously, there are animals, there's cats, and there's dogs. Not sure about pet birds, though. My sister did bring back one bird that was injured. But then, like, not much came out of it. We just kind of let the bird do its own thing. And then one day I think we tried to take care of it. Didn't really work out. And then we just decided to hand it off to someone who could better take care of the bird. I don't know what happened to the bird afterwards. I was never the sole caretaker of the bird, so I never really bothered that much with it. Which, you know, may or may not say something about me. And yeah, I never had a big attachment to birds. I know someone who's a big attachment to birds, but you know, things happen in life and the birds are no longer there. Okay. But that was my experience with birds and cats and dogs. I feel like I would enjoy the company of having a pet tortoise. But then I also remember how dangerous those guys can be. And how difficult it would be to take care of one. Don't tortoises like live like hundreds of years old? I don't know. Maybe it would be the perfect animal for me to keep around as a pet. Oh, excuse me. I had to like sneeze for a moment. It was like a big shotgun blast of sneezing. I normally don't really prime myself when it comes to sneezing. I just like let it rip when I have to do it. I don't remember what... Oh, I also wasn't paying attention. I don't know how many shells there were. Okay, well, I might as well try. I'm sure one of these shells will be it, right? Please be the next one so I don't have to suffer. Oh, this is what happens when you don't pay attention. Well, at least he doesn't have handcuffs. It might be 5, I think. Because, like, if it was 3, the round would end. Yeah. Oopsies. Oh, well, I'm sure it's fine. We still got HP left to give. There was a couple of... Okay, I'm gonna admit something as well. I made my Twitter account finally, which took maybe a bit too long for me. Maybe I should have started making it like well in advance and way beforehand instead of waiting for the last minute. Okay, I'm gonna hope, because this might be the end for both of us. I need to get this. Please be alive. It is alive. Okay, the dream is still alive. I made a Twitter account finally, and I still don't understand like a lot of things about it. I had to Google how to change my account handle. Oh, speaking of which, I should link my Twitter in the description, which is something I need to do. It's in my channel bio, but nowhere else. Just keep... I was scrolling a little bit, and then I realized like there are a lot of things about it that I really don't like. Like, for example, when I tried logging in, and then like it kind of crashed, and then it just kind of bugging out for some weird reason. And then all I could think of to myself was, this is how you don't make me enjoy your platform whatsoever. You're like, thank you, Twitter. You're very nice with all of your weirdness. And it just makes me think like, this is one reason why I don't like using social media like this. But I've been scrolling, and then I think I saw some... Well, obviously, I did search up VTubers, and then I saw like a bunch of posts that were, at the time anyway, because this was like a few weeks ago, it was talking like, I'm so happy to be proud of this VTuber community, or like, this is my criticism on the community, whatnot. And me being the brain-rotted dude that I am, all I kept thinking to myself is the YouTube Rewind meme of, I'm so proud of this community. And every time anybody says community, I will always hark back to that time when I would just say, oh, I'm so proud of this community. Which, you know, not to dissuade anybody who says that and to, you know, be angry or be mad about those people. I just think, like, that's just a funny sentence to have happen, you know? And also, and maybe it has something to do with the fact that surrounding that, I won't say drama, but just surrounding that video, it just makes me think about it all the time. And just how completely, like, what were they thinking? Although, to be fair, if I was in that person's shoes, which I don't even remember who said that line. It was just some person in YouTube Rewind. Which is probably, like, offensive to that person, but whatever. I'm just a small dude. But if I was in that person's shoes, I would also definitely, most likely say the exact same thing. Where, like, you know what? I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna say what I'm supposed to say and just hopefully let nobody dissuade me from saying the line that I'm supposed to say. Like, just say the line, it's okay. You know, people will hark at you and that's fine. We could end this now, but I'm gonna be a fool and I'm actually gonna take 2 swigs of beer. It was alive, so there actually was a point. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I probably shouldn't have used that second one, but that's okay. Because this one is a blank. I would have the biggest face palm if that was alive, though. It just shows I can't count properly. That will forever be the line that I will always remember in my head. I'm so proud of this community. Although I guess I'm not one to say, considering, well, I have like basically no community, which is fine, you know. I have like zero skills anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I will say, I do intend to start doing other things besides video editing. You know, slowly but surely. Because I also keep seeing a bunch of posts that were like, why do people still make like your pre-debut before you get a live 2D or whatever? And all I can think is, well, I don't know. I don't know what those people are doing. All I can tell you is what I will do is I will just stream, because that's the only thing I know how to do. You know what? I think this is actually the smarter decision. If this is a blank, it will be alive. If it was alive, it will be a blank now. It was alive. That means nobody does anything this round, which is fine. Just skip this round. We got nothing out of it. I keep seeing all those posts that says, you know, pre-debut in 3 months time, and then it just shows a VTuber model, I think. And then people say that, why don't people just stream or whatever nonsense? And then, you know, well, I'm not one to talk, considering I don't know much about how VTubers work anyway. To me, like, I would think, well, you should just start streaming anyway. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. Because like, the only reason why I think people can do all that is that people believe, or rather, those people probably already have some level of streaming experience or some level of content creation experience. So when they say, okay, we're gonna have a pre-debut and then we're going to start streaming and start posting content at this time so that the debut can have the VTuber model and whatnot. But then I'm just thinking, why not just start streaming now? I mean, look at me. I don't have a model. And I just think that I should start streaming, mostly because I think it is better to have some level of experience. Because to be honest, I have zero experience when it comes to pretty much anything that I'm doing. I don't know what it is that I'm doing most of the time. Okay, it is a blank. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Do this, use the resetter, and then use the blade. I already forgot what it's called. A handsaw. I thought it would just be called razor blade. Okay, so we can at least get this first one. Like a guarantee. So it'll be 5x3. Now it'll be a... Wait, hold on. It'll be a 4x3. So 4 live, 3 blank. So I'm just thinking, like, why not just stream now? Because I'm not gonna say names. Mostly because I don't know anybody else in in this part of town anyway. And that is that if you don't start streaming and whatnot, I just think that when you actually start to get that debut, like, will you know how to stream? Like, in a sense, because I think one big thing that... Okay, this is me projecting my own opinions about other people. So, you know, you can turn your ears off when I say this. But I do believe that a streamer should be like this down here. I don't even know if like I'm circling my VTuber model because I can't even see. Oh, I say VTuber model. My PNG properly. Is like, that is like this, the thing you see at the bottom left corner. This is the real thing, the voice behind it. That is the value of the model. Also, I have like 2x2. I think it'll be fine. Like the model, that is the person behind the model. That is the main appeal for VTubing, is it not? Like, that's why we stream. That's why we make videos. That's why we do all of this and that. So when I see people who don't debut, or like they wait for their debut, I just think to myself, okay, well, that's fine. But at the same time, do you have at least some level of experience beforehand? Because if they do, then I guess it's not that bad per se, because, you know, you already have experience with streaming. You know what it is to look out for. I don't. That's why I'm streaming this. Okay, so the fourth one is live. That is the very last bullet is live. So it's a 2x1. So I have a 50%. Well, I'm just gonna shoot him. It doesn't matter. Amazing. It would be nice if he shoots himself and shoots himself. Okay, I am not dead, actually. I am actually alive. I think. That was the... I have already forgotten how many shells are in this gun. What was it? Oh yeah, I don't know why I keep saying, so I think about this, think about that, blah blah blah. No, that's not true. I just think that, you know, if you're gonna make something on like a pre-debut, you should at least have at least a month's worth of streaming experience. So that, you know, when, you know, shit hits the fan, you know exactly what to do. I clearly don't, so, you know, who am I to talk? Who am I to talk, you know? Okay, we should win. We should win this. If we don't, then I'm gonna be really sad. Second is blank. So we're gonna do this. Okay. I think since the second is blank. Okay, second is blank. So if this is blank as well, it is live. Okay, I think we win. So we shoot him first, then we use the reset counter, and then we will win. But yeah, that's just what I think about streamers. Is that the guy at the one with the face cam, the one with the VTuber one, the voice behind it, that is the real, like, the real beauty when it comes to streaming. Not the model, not the stinger, not any of that nonsense. It's the guy at the bottom of the screen that just yells at you and just tells you something along those lines, that why you should listen to their opinion, why you should hear them out and whatnot. But what do I know? I only have like at least 10 years worth of watching YouTube and not doing YouTube content earlier. Which you know, if you ask me why I didn't start making content way earlier, the only reason why I can tell you is that I never thought about it. And that's my only excuse of why I never started making content earlier. But hey, you know what? Better late than never. Because if I don't do it now, then I certainly will not do it later. Which is why I also regret not doing things earlier. Because at least then I might have the excuse to buy a PC earlier instead of me living off of this, what could be 8 years old at this point, I think. Or is it 5? I can't remember. 8 or 5 years old. I don't remember. Okay, 4x4. I think the best course of action is to simply knock out a bunch of rounds. He could heal, but that's fine. My gut tells me that I should... You know what? I would rather he not have it. Because at least then, it will be way easier for me. So that's... So it's a 3x4. I could turn it into a 3x3. Which would he have even odds? So you know what? I'm just gonna do this. At least guarantee an item away from him. Because he's gonna use his smokes. And then maybe his pills. Which could, like, remove all of my damage, but that's fine. That's my opinion on streamers, and I'm fairly certain I'm gonna hark back on this point many times before, or rather many times in the future. But such is the way of, you know, speaking, because I think that most people will repeat their points constantly. Because, I mean, is that not the beauty of streaming and the beauty of internet? Of the internet, mind you. Okay, that was 3. -2. So 2 by 3. Oh well. I think the smarter decision is to still just shoot him. Almost no reason not to. Am I the only one that gets Resident Evil and Silent Hill mixed up all the time? I feel like I can't be the only person. Even though isn't one like supposed to be horror and then the other one is about zombies? Or is it not? Well, I guess Resident Evil is also about horror. And because when I saw the release of Resident Evil 9, or I guess Resident Evil Requiem, I suppose, I just think to myself, like, well, it's... Or rather, my first thought was, wait, they're already releasing another one? And then I thought back on it, and then I just think, oh wait, no, that's Silent Hill F. That's a different franchise. Because I think that both of them are basically the exact same thing in my brain, which is not true whatsoever, and I'm fairly certain I'm going to anger a lot of people by saying that. Also, I think we're gonna win? Yeah, we won. So, well, that's another easy round in my book. Also, actually, because of that, I don't know why I used the phone. I should have probably kept the phone. Oh well, it's okay, we don't need it. But I just think, you know, Resident Evil and Silent Hill are almost the exact same thing. Which is not true whatsoever, because isn't one of them having like a dude who has a pyramid for a head? And then the other one has everybody wishing they were him, or wishing they want him? The only thing I know about RE9 is that it's... Apparently there was some discourse about the pricing and the playtime. And then apparently everybody thirsting over Leon. And then the only point about the game that I actually care about was the inclusion of... Well, I say inclusion of, but like there's a mod out there that has a certain scene where... Well, trying not to get too much spoilers, because, well, I say spoilers, but isn't like the whole game already out so everybody knows what it is? Unless, of course, you're one of those people that deliberately try to look away from it. Which, to be fair, I am like one of those individuals that try not to look at a piece of media. Mostly because I don't care about spoilers and I don't care about watching the thing in the first place. Which is also probably the reason why I haven't watched a lot of popular animes and movies. I have still yet to watch Infinity War, which I'm fairly certain a lot of people say like it's not really worth it, and you're just wasting your time if you actually want to watch it, or something along those lines anyway. And I guess I can say it. There's like one scene in the game where you basically have a motorcycle, and using that motorcycle, someone made a mod where the bike disappears and it's just Crazy Frog, which I always think is hilarious. Where I could just have the Crazy Frog playing in the background and then Leon riding an invisible motorcycle. That's like the only thing I know about RE Requiem. Or I guess it's RE9 rather than RE... RER? Rear. Rear. And then for Silent Hill, I don't have anything to say, to be honest. Because like Resident Evil is... Okay, I'm gonna maybe say some things that might piss off some people, but isn't Resident Evil more popular than Silent Hill? Even though, like, I don't know, to me, it's the same franchise, but like, just in a slightly different coat of paint. Which is probably the rudest thing you can possibly say for a franchise of any kind, is to just think that your piece of media is more popular than something else. Let's see. Blank. Oh, it was a... Wait, hold on. Blank first. That's a live, and the next one's a blank. So I have to shoot him. Okay. And then he will most likely shoot me? I don't know. If he's stupid, he would use the magnifying and then use the converter. And then it will just give me another shot because I can just heal. Yep. And he's a fool. Oh well, that's fine. The smarter decision would be to just shoot himself and then shoot me. But hey, I won't look away from like a free health point. I like to think that Silent Hill and Resident Evil take place in the same universe. Although I don't even know what I'm saying because I never seen either of them. I only know Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. And it's only because of Dead by Daylight. And I only know about Resident Evil because everybody likes 8 and everybody is talking about 9 right now. Which, by the way, I also learned that in Resident Evil 8, the vampire lady, I don't even remember what her name is. Apparently, her ass has more polygons than the entirety of Resident Evil 1. Which I think is kind of crazy to think about. Because... I don't know if that's something I should really... Like... I don't know if that's something I should really want to know. But if you didn't know, I have now polluted your mind with this random piece of trivia information. Of having one character's ass having more polygons than the first game in the series. Which I guess is just more so a testament of how far video games have come at this point. Instead of saying like, you know, that's creepy, but like, you know, that it took quite a long time for video games to get to that point. Second one is alive. Yes, that's actually perfect. So I can shoot myself, and then I can shoot him. Because if it was the other way around, we would have a lot more problems. Shoot him, and there he goes for another one. I just think that, you know, what with other VTubers doing a bunch of other stuff. No, because I also keep thinking about this every time I go outside and then I see a bunch of other people. Where, like, it's weird, but it's also okay to stand out a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I always think that, like, so many people actually care about what your opinion is and what you think about what someone else is doing. And then I realized, oh wait, no. People probably don't care. Because, like, when I walk outside, I always imagine people looking around. But, like, they're either going one specific direction where they don't really care about what is happening around them. Or they're looking down on their phones and saying, yes, this is something I want to look at. But, like, when I go outside and I think, oh no, is my hair alright? Is it too greasy and oily? Maybe I should have taken a shower. Is my shirt okay? Why not? And I realize, oh wait, no, just don't. You're worrying too much about something that probably doesn't matter in a couple of years. I mean, to be fair, look at me. I don't really care about, like, what someone else does out in public. I just, well, okay, most things anyway. If there's, like, some things that happen, I would always say, you know, maybe instead of that, you shouldn't do that. Maybe you shouldn't wear that. Maybe you shouldn't behave this way. When I look at someone else, but, you know, when I look at myself, I just think, well, I don't care about myself. Why should I care about other people, you know? But then I also think that, you know, it's okay to stand out a little. Because in that same vein, when people say, oh, well, I don't really care about what is happening at this moment. Also, there's no handcuffs, which kind of sucks. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna do this. Because I want to do whatever I can to not give him that. So it's a half piece. So I'm going to do this. Because cans are not as useful. That's a blank. So now I can do this. So the only thing left in the chamber is alive. So we use a handsaw and then we break them out. And we should get 2 points for this. Because I think, you know, it's okay if people sort of stand out a little bit. Because it's also in the case of, well, people are too busy caring about themselves and people don't really care about other people. So it's okay to stand out just a little bit, you know? And I think that goes the same for, you know, content creation. Just stand out a little bit. It's okay. No one really cares that much. And hey, it's the weird ones that you will remember instead of the ones that are simple in that regard, I suppose. Also, we just win this round. So all I need to do is this, and then I will know if I have won or not. And it looks like I have won this round, dealer. Mr. Dealer. But yeah, I think that's fine to stand out just a little bit. And you know, with the C, because I also know how this, well, I say I know how this works, not really. I at least can recognize a little bit when it comes to, you know, the content space. And realize, you know, sometimes some people will stand out, but maybe not too much to the point where someone weirder will be the ones that will stand up the top instead of the ones at the bottom. But, you know, I'm comfortable knowing that I am at the bottom. Let's be real. Live, okay. He doesn't have anything. So I can do this and then shoot him. Because then that will give me one. It'll be very nice if you give me, like, a bunch of items, I suppose. That's okay. Well, that's my opinion on standing out a little bit. Follow me more for more things where I give you my opinions about random things, even though they really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm just one person on the internet. Also, please remember to drink some water and prostrate yourself. I don't think that's how it goes. Okay, 7. Oh, this is actually not very good for me because he has handcuffs and I don't. 7. You know what? Let's just reduce it. 7 in the chamber. That's 6. So it's a 7 in the chamber. 3 by 3. We're gonna do another one. We now have a 3 by 3, a 2 by 3. So now it's a 5 piece. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna shoot him first. Now it's a 2 by 3. Now it's a 2 by 2, which might be able to kill me. 2 by 2. Now it's 2 by 1. Now it's 2 by 1, so now it'll be a 50-50. But he will know what to do since he can just... Ooh, I think... Wait, no. I won't lose. I will still be alive. I have 1 HP. I thought I was dead, but I still have 1 HP. That's okay. Nope. But oh well, that's okay. Am I... Okay, I'm gonna... Because I will say... I have been looking at Twitter because, you know, sometimes you want to look at what other people say. I will say, as someone who's never actually used Twitter before, the UI, well, okay, I say UI, but like the user experience that I have is a little bit iffy, to be honest, because when I use it, I still don't know the purpose of a retweet, and I don't know the purpose between a retweet and a quote retweet, if that somehow makes sense. Also, ooh, I thought I had a magnifying glass. That's not good. 7's alive. That's like so far away. Oh no, this is not good at all. Oh, he can just kill me right now. I could bank on... Well, I guess I'm dead anyway, so I might as well just try. Well, who dares wins, I suppose. Well, it was a good run. Well... Ooh! Maybe. There might be a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. If he shoots himself and it's alive, I will win. Please shoot yourself. Please, please. No, no, no. That's like an insult to injury. Rebozo, I guess. Okay. Oh, please shoot yourself. Please shoot yourself. Please shoot yourself. Oh, please be a blank. Please be a blank. Please be a blank. We almost had it. Oh man, that really sucks. I think. Oh man. Well, whatever. That's fine. We go again. I think like we actually almost had it. I think I was 2 rounds away from getting that sweet 1 million. Oh, well, I definitely did not play that play it that well. Please sign your name. Yes, it's me again. What's a good name? You know what? Let's be weird. Let's do words. Yeah. You know what? I should have put Y there. I should have put QWERTY. Quirt. That's my name. Legally distinct from QWERTY. Well, we go again once more. I've been seeing a lot of posts saying that, oh, you shouldn't have ads on your stream and whatnot, but then I also keep seeing all of those posts are related to Twitch. But like, I'm on YouTube, so, you know. Does my opinion still matter? Mostly because, like, you know, Twitter and Twitch is like well, Twitch is a completely different platform that I don't use. Also because I don't like the UI of Twitter of Twitch. I find it a little bit too weird for me to use. Maybe also because I'm not too used to streaming culture. So that's why I don't really like Twitch all that much. I think I've also told this story in an Isaac episode before, where I said I saw a VOD being uploaded to YouTube, but because I had no idea what a VOD is and what a live stream is, I just thought that, wow, this piece of content is trash. I never want to watch this ever again. Only to realize, oh wait, no, this is just how it is, and you just gotta deal with it. And having all the little things that happen on screen, and then people saying like, oh, thank you for the bits and whatnot, is part of live streams and not like some weird inside joke that they have. And I didn't know for the longest time. And that kind of put me off from like live stream culture as a whole, because I never really enjoyed it. I don't know. I've always been a YouTube person. And to be fair, YouTube has survived and lived longer than Twitch, I suppose. Even though now there's like YouTube streaming, which technically is what I'm doing. Shoot yourself now. I don't even know if there's any live left. Oh, okay, there was no live left. All right. I would say it's demoralizing to start again, but, you know, that's why we keep playing this video game. Okay, 3x3. There's a 6. You know what? I can just steal this. If he has handcuffs, I might take those instead. Reset her phone. Okay, we'll just do this. Please be alive. It is alive, baby. And we are still alive. I don't think... I keep circling back because I also keep getting distracted from my point. Because I keep seeing posts like, you shouldn't have too many ad rolls, you shouldn't have too many pre-ads rolling in your channel, because that's like the #1 way where I won't click on it. And then I just think to myself that, I don't know how to experience that because I never use Twitch. There's like no streamer that I follow on Twitch, because I'm one of those weird heads where if you stream on Twitch, I will just say I will not watch you. Not out of like disrespect for you whatsoever. It's just I don't like using Twitch and I apologize for that. I think we will do this, and I think the best course of action is to actually use a beer. Because the beer might be less useful than the magnifying. And wonderful. Nobody gets to do anything in this round. We get a new set of items, but that's okay. Give me the good stuff. But yeah, I never experienced when it comes to those ads. Mostly because I never go on Twitch, and I don't know what the culture's like. So I just tell myself, okay, I'll just take your opinion where, like, ads are not very good and whatnot. And just hope and pray that whatever it is that you all saying are true. Which may or may not be the case. So I think it's an 8. The 7th is alive. Well, it's gonna take a while. So there's a higher chance that this guy needs to be inverted. I'm banking on this one. I'm banking on it. I used the... Oh wait, no, I didn't use a beer. Oh well, who dares wins, I say. 4x3, I think. Yeah, 4x3. So technically, I have a higher percentage chance of winning this round. Yeah. Woo. I think also because of the fact that I hold this opinion of, I think that streaming is not, well, because I don't consume streaming content. I believe that streaming just might sound like a 5-head moment, or like a you don't know what you're talking about, or you're like a privileged moment. But I just think that isn't streaming considered like harder, in my opinion, than live content, than like YouTube videos? Because okay, if you have a YouTube video, depending on what it is that you are like making of, you know, I would think that streaming is a lot harder. Because I also see a bunch of streamers that are like, oh, I stream for like 5 hours every single day, and then like, you know, sometimes, you know, those people are like, oh, I'm gonna be playing a video game, I'm gonna be playing CSGO, I'm gonna be playing Valorant or something like that. And you know, there are times when you have to keep quiet and whatnot, but I don't understand those live streamers that can stream for 5 hours a day and the only thing they do is just chatting. And I just think like, how is it that you can do this? How can you come up something off the cuff? Because I will admit, I have a troubling time when it comes to knowing what to say for 5 hours. I sometimes find it a struggle to really talk about anything for more than an hour, which is why I always make the Isaac videos, because I think they are easier because they don't require, like, I can just stream it one shot, and then when the run is over, I can take a break. But like when you're streaming, like, you can't take breaks. You gotta keep talking. And then sometimes when I think of a just chatting streamer, and they stream for 5 hours and they do nothing but talking, how is it that they can keep continuing for so long? Which, you know, I don't hold it as them as weird or anything. I just think like there's like some sort of admiration that I have for them. It's like, how can you come up off the cuff with a bunch of things to talk about? Because I am for certain not like that whatsoever. Also, there's a 5, and I don't know how many how many shells are in there left. I'm just gonna assume that this one's alive. And I guess right. So yeah, I just see all those streamers who like can stream lots of hours, and then they make, well, I say make, but like they can really stream for so many hours, and then they can do nothing but just chatting, and then I get envious of them because I don't know how they do it. Like 5 hours every single day off the cuff, something brand new. Because for me, my tip is, or rather my cheat is, anytime I'm not streaming or not making any content, whatever, if I have a thought in my brain, I will write it down, and then on stream or like on video, I would just read it out. Like, okay, this is what I can say, which is what I've been doing this entire time. So, you know, for some people to come up things off the cuff with just chatting, not saying anything for 5 hours, like, damn, man, how the hell did people do this? I'm impressed. Because I can't do it. Which, you know, to be fair, the comparison is the thief of joy. You shouldn't really compare yourself to other people, but it's just, to me, like, there's some level of admiration for them. Like, you know, how the hell did people do this? The second is a which is just fine, because if this is alive, then I don't need to worry. And I won. Amazing. Ooh. Dealer, I know your games. It's even more impressive that, like, there are so many streamers who can do that. Especially the ones who can, like, do 10 hours daily, which, you know, and then you just chat for 10 hours. How do you come up with, like, new things to talk about every time? Because I feel like I'm struggling. Because if any of you watch the other Isaac videos, you know for a fact I'm repeating a lot of things that I'm saying. And not coming up with brand new things off the cuff. And then I get really worried about it. But then also, like, I think that, is it not cheating in a way? Like, if you can re-talk about some things in the past that you learned about, even though, like, oh, I mentioned this thing 2 years and 3 months ago, and then only the people who are the most diehard will know what I'm talking about. So, you know, that's just like my weird little headspace that I'm at when it comes to streamers and whatnot. Even the ones that, like, I don't know how do people do. Basically, I will just summarize my point is, how is it that people can talk for 5, sometimes even 10 hours, constantly talking without almost any breaks, coming up with brand new topics, and then just telling themselves, you know what, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna yap and yap and yap and yap and yap, and then they just do it. Like, those people are actually built different, and I don't know what else to say. I know this one might sound a little bit weird afterwards, but have you guys seen the... I'm sure most of you have. I think one of my favorite clips on the internet is just the young llama Fortnite mode. Which, if you haven't seen it, just type in Fortnite llama mode. I think that will be good enough if you can type it out in the search bar. That's like one of those clips so brilliant every time. He's alive. Is blank. Okay, I'm gonna use blank, and then I'm going to use a phone, actually, because I think a phone will give me more. The last one is alive. Okay. So we do this, and now he can't hit me. I don't know. I keep thinking about the young llama Fortnite mode sometimes, because I think that's just a little bit humorous. I still wonder how, like, his setup ended up being like that, where he just rocked his table and then his whole computer and his monitor at least, like, fell to the ground. I'll be honest, I know, like, clips like that get popular. I hope I don't end up having a clip like that in the future where, you know, sometimes where there's a... I just get so mad I start shaking my keyboard. I used to be a more angrier kid playing video games when I was younger. Although, to be fair, I never played that many online games because I never really saw the appeal, to be honest. I never saw the appeal of CSGO. I never saw the appeal of League, World of Warcraft. I don't know. I just never saw those games as, like, fun. I always play single player games. And then I think the few games that I rage on, the only one I can distinctly remember is Donkey Kong Country Returns, which in my opinion is still a really good Donkey Kong Country game that I have beaten the main campaign, but I have not beaten the mirror mode. I always keep getting stuck on World 5. That's where I always get stuck on from playing Donkey Kong. Also, we have a live. I don't remember what the order is, but that's okay. Can he reverse? No, he can't. I think it's a 3. I believe it's a 3. I'm gonna do this. But if it's a 3, then there's no point, I guess. Oh, whatever way where he... Oh, okay, he's dead. Never mind. I thought I had, like, one more that I needed to do. Yes, I want to play again, please. I completely forgot what I was talking about. This is what happens when like you take your brain away from your train of thought for like just 1 second. Okay, 2x3. I would rather he not have it than I have it, to be honest. Wait, can I steal his... No, I can't. Okay. I thought I could steal his adrenaline. Fourth shell is alive. Okay. So second to last. Hopefully I still remember. So now it's a... 2x2, I think. Well, I think this one's alive. Never mind, the last two are alive. Never mind, I'm stupid. Oh, he can shoot me, and then afterwards I'll shoot him again. Which, to be fair, I guess the round doesn't matter. The order doesn't matter, or rather. So I think both of us would just hit one off of each of us. Okay. Sorry, I just also have to, like, rest my throat a little, because I am not a professional by any means. I will forever use that excuse. Maybe for, like, 1 month I can use that excuse before I start making other statements. Okay, I think it was a... Was it a 6 or was it a 7? Okay, let's... Okay, okay, it's a 3. He has a thing. Okay, let's just do this first, just to get a general idea. The fourth is alive. Okay. The fourth is alive. So it's... Oh, I don't even know. Okay. I'm gonna assume that it's like 4. I don't know what the best course of action is, actually. I mean, I think it's better also if I just steal his information. Because I think at least then he won't lie. Well, might as well, I suppose. Better for me to have it than him, I suppose. I think it was a... live. Blank live. Was it? Oh no, I already forgot what my actions were. Oh well. If we lose, so be it. Maybe we'll try again later or something. I don't know. Oh, okay. That's good enough for me, I guess. Oh, right, it's still his turn. Please, 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 please. No, okay. Well, it was worth a chance. I feel like I'm on a little bit of a lucky streak. You know what? We'll just shoot him again because I don't know what else to do. I'm just looking at my my book just to write something that I've written down and just trying to see like what I can gleam out of what I have written. And then like I have one that just says okay, well okay, I have a thought that has been in my mind for a little bit while, and that is that you ever seen that video of that's been circulating around that's like I just removed a hornet nest without using pesticides, without using a flamethrower or something like that. And then I saw the video, and it had like he got the nest, and he started pulling out little larvae from the nest. And I just think to myself, like, is it weird if I look at it and I think to myself, I want to bite into it and eat it? I think that's really gross, by the way. I'm not gonna actually do that, but I entertained that thought for just one moment. Like, you know what? Maybe that looks a little bit juicy. I can bite into it. And you know what's even more disgusting? Because last night I also had this same thought where I thought a fly would probably taste good if you prepare it well enough. Which, you know, I think there's this whole like talk of, hey, certain bugs are going to be really like, it's gonna be the future of food because people are going to start eating bugs and whatnot. And then, like, you know, well, if it really was the future, we would probably be eating bugs more often right now, I suppose. But, like, you know, the only thing I've seen bug related are those in these little bags. Like, try out our bug chips or our barbecue flavored crickets or something along those lines. And I just think to myself, well, if bugs really are the future of food, we would probably be seeing more cuisines of them, I suppose, instead of it being just a one-off thing and like someone else's food or something along those lines anyway. Also, I might be dead on this one, I think. Oh no, please don't actually be dead. Well, I think I might be dead. Unless... Okay, I think he has gotten that every single time. Right, no, that's not true. He's gotten one. But I think I'm dead. Ooh, maybe not. But we got one more chance. Please shoot yourself. Well, I guess that's just... I am so lucky. Please. Ooh, we are still in this. I thought we were always out for good. Or... well, never mind. Well, that's another rundown, which... oh well, maybe I'll take a short little... Well, okay. This is how you know I'm a baby-ass streamer. I don't think I wanna... Well, I guess that's another thing I can, like, really think about a lot more. Hold on, is there, like, a way I can, like, go to, like, some menu to hear, like, some music or something? Porta... Alright, escape the menu, please. Thank you. Oh well, I think I'm gonna stop playing and I'm gonna just finish out my thoughts. Even though this might be a shorter stream than what maybe most other people would be more comfortable with, I think this is just a good enough time for me anyway to stop. Yeah, but oh well, I think that's good enough. I already forgot where I was gonna end off and like what my opinion was about certain things. Oh, well, I'm sure I'll get to it. But I mean, hey, if you're watching this as a VOD in the future, hey, thank you very much for watching. I know this stream might not be pretty much anything, but I can guarantee you that I will be streaming a lot more. For tomorrow, we will be streaming Hollow Knight, which is a game that I have never played before. Because, I'll be honest with you, I don't know why. It's been like sitting in my library for months. I've never played Hollow Knight before, so this will be a first time react, I guess. And other than that, yeah, that's Buckshot Roulette. I don't know if I will play it again. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll keep playing it for the achievement, but other than that, I'm not sure if I really, personally anyway, I'm willing to keep playing it. But, yeah, that's about it. I don't really know what else to say. I'm not good with outros, can you tell? It's not like in Isaac where I can have like a a stable way for me to end off my video. But yeah, other than that, I don't have much else to say. I would hope that, I don't know, in the future maybe I can get multiplayer so that I can play with other people and play multiplayer and just chat with other people. But oh no, who cares? Am I right? We're just here to learn things. That's the whole reason why I'm here in the first place, is to learn how to do things, because I'm not very good with a lot of things, if you can't already tell. But anyways, thank you very much for watching this stream, and I guess if you're watching this from a VOD, thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you all in the next stream, or in the next video, or whatever else that I'm doing. Goodbye! Also, yes, I have not made a ending card yet. Yep. I'm professional, I promise.